Hi fellas, Nige back here again with another inbox review, and today we're going to be looking at Eduard's Weekend Edition MiG 21 PFM. So I've built some of Eduard's actual MiG 21s before. I've built the recce version, and I was doing the SMT, but I had to shelve that. Okay, so this is the Weekend Edition. So in this, you just get the basic plastic and 4 marking options. Okay, so without further ado, we'll put you on overhead and we'll get cracking. Just put this over there. All right, so as always, let's start with the instruction manual. And as you can see, we've got normal Eduard affair. So we've got some write-up about the MiG 21 before we move straight on to the sprue map and the actual colour call-outs, and then on to the building up of the actual cockpit. So you've got cockpit floor with nose wheel bay going on. We've got our instrument panel over here, then putting that onto the actual aircraft onto the cockpit floor. We have our engine nozzle going together before we move on to our main wheel bay. Cockpit wall sides going into the nose of the fuselage for both sides, joining the fuselage together, and this is why I like this MiG 21 kit. We've got everything joins together, goes together really well, in fact. It tells you to add some nose weight, but it doesn't actually tell you what to put in. But then you've got this spine. So the spine sandwiches together and goes on. And it's actually quite relatively easy to get rid of that seam line as opposed to all of that seam line. Okay. Moving on to the wings. So you've got parts for the air brakes. So if you want to have them open, okay, you cut them out and what have you, then you put these parts in to replicate the inside of the air brakes. I don't tend to do that on my builds. We've then got the wheel bays going together. For the lower wing, the main wheel bay goes on, and then we've got our control surfaces going on. Before the upper wings get joined to the bottom wings, we've got flaps and going on. No slats on this. We have the GB9 cannon. Look at that monster that goes on the belly. Okay. We've got air brake operations there at the back as well. As you can see, we've got our air brakes open just up here. We've got our wheels going on. So they've got the main wheels. We have the nose wheels. We have the instrument coning going on, and then the nose section just in front of the actual cockpit. We have our seat going together. It's a multi-part affair, and it actually looks really well once built up. We get some decals here for the harnesses, and if you watch a few of my videos, you know how I will deal with them. We've then got the windshield going on, the main canopy going on, all the little fins and places like that. We've got a external fuel tank, the S24, the R3S, and the RS2US, so some missiles going onto the actual aircraft, the pylons, and then the loadout, as well as the SPRD bombs that go on the belly. We have 4 marking options, like I said. So we've got the Republic of Vietnam, 1972. So that's quite a cool marking option. We've then got a Czech Air Force one, or Czechoslovakia, 1987 to 91. Iraqi Saddam Air Base, 1973. And then we've got the obligatory Russian from Crimea or the Soviet Union, 1980 to 89. Then allow stenciling data for our weapons and pylons before we move on to the stenciling data for the actual aircraft. And that's the instructions out of the way. We'll move straight into the plastic. Okay, so first up, we have the main fuselage and the wing sections. Okay, so we have the main fuselage, and you can see it's got some nice refined panel line detail on both sides, some lovely refined rivet detail, which is what we expect from Eduard nowadays. Okay, we expect this level of detail, but these MiG-21 kits have been around a while now, so it's not as if they're doing anything new. It's just their way of doing things, their standard, and their attention to detail. So you can see that's really nice done there. Moving on to the wings, so in the roof of the wheel we've got some detail there, some not panel lines, what are they, some bulkheads and what have you. We've got some rivets in there. We've got the tails and the upper wings. If I turn it over, you can see some lovely rivet detail on both these wings, and again similar sort of detail on this belly plate just here, as well as the horizontal stabilizers. Not much to this kit, just 6 grey sprues, but once built up it does look really impressive. So parts of the engine and some of the little fins and pitot tubes and stuff like that. So we've got our engine nozzle just here, parts for the compressor blade, this ring and this ring there for the engine again, parts of the seat. So you can see we've got some lovely like fabric detail on the seats just there. Gear bay doors, some nice looking, really sharp little fins and what have you. Excuse me. Nose cone on the front just there, and then we've got our wheels and what have you. No weight on wheel with these, so you know, you can do that if you so wish, but you don't necessarily have to. Then we've got parts of the wheelbase. So we've got nose wheel bay just here. We've got our main wheel bay, the rear cockpit bulkhead, side panels for the cockpit, with the cockpit floor, some of the side panels again with switches and dials on, again really nicely done, and again another part of the main wheel bay, and there's some more bulkheads from the wheel bay. So this part are, oh no, we have 3 sprues in here, but I'll only do 2 because the 2 of them are the same. This one we've got a fuel tank with some raised detail on there. We have another fuel tank just here, and then we've got some of the different weapons, and again all really nicely sharp on there, so you shouldn't have any real problems going together. And then we have our massive tail fin, okay, our instrument panels just there, the fins for the weapons and other little bits and pieces. Again, all nicely, really sharp, some really nice detail. That leaves us on to the clear parts. So in this kit you get 3 different main canopies and 2 different windscreens. You get 4 different control panels, all for different makes and what have you. So you get 5 different control panels, all for different ones. Some clear, so you can put the decal. Yes, there is decals behind it, and go about using that. But same normal Eduard standard, crystal clear, absolutely fantastic. And that leaves us on to the decals, which get out without damaging in. So these are Czech Republic, yeah, so these are Eduard decals. Okay, they're new type of decal, and there you are. Okay, so you can see we have these parts here. So these parts here and these parts here are for the round the windows. And just looking at these ones, they're ever so close to the edge of the carrier film. Both this one here and this one here. So these are these Eduard. They're not new anymore. You know, they've been around a couple of years now, but they're on that ilk. And as you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see actually, but I'll just show you. For example, that's part of the carrier film, and the carrier film that size right on the edge. So they're saying that these weren't designed to peel off the carrier film, but that's what you do with them. Okay, you peel off the carrier film. But what I have noticed, it's right close to the edge of the carrier film on some of these, so you'll have to be really, really careful when using these decals. So, nice, quick, short and sweet video, that one. Yeah, it's Eduard's. You know, it's Eduard standard, really, you know, for their MiG-21. The only thing that I'll let it down are the decals, which I've explained about. But if you're careful, this should be able to be used really, really well. I know this kit goes together really quite well. There's no major issues. There's not loads of rivet detail to have to put back in there. So it's quite a simple, quick build, these, and they go together really nice. And when they go together, they look really impressive. Okay? Anyway, that's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.